Hello, my friends. I hope everyone is doing really great. Okay, so here are a few information for all headquarter assistant teams for them to check all these basic ideas I'm giving for all of you to already prepare all handbooks in all areas. Okay, those that I mentioned and the other areas também, have them ready. Okay? So we can submit them all at the organization launching day and have available online for everyone. And also, I guess maybe 8 copies to be available in different countries. I think that is reasonable and sustainable for these 28 weeks. And after those 28 weeks, we are going to have the permanent version for everything, right? For the Constitution and for all the handbooks as well. All right, talk to you soon. Let's get the information, get the teams ready, work teams ready, and let's start it. Thank you. Okay. Okay, my friends. So, this video, it's about our new lands, okay? So, our new land, so let me show you here the equator, right? So here's the equator, and I was trying to figure out where will be the best location. So if we go here to Florida, right, soon after Florida, we start getting months that are too cold and people cannot plant too much, quite for a few months. So we want to avoid greenhouses. And here, when I see on the south, the same way. So the best that we're going to do, I'm still going to confirm afterwards, but is to build all our new lands until 28 or 32 above and below the equator, because it's still warm, you know, in all those countries. I think that's very sustainable. And also to use the construction, the buildings that already exist, such as businesses that can be transformed into housing, right? And also huge houses that can be remodeled and make into a few different apartments and so on. Okay, so here I'm going to show you a few things for you just to have an idea. It's not going to be like that. This is an idea for engineers, okay? So when they will be making some templates for all of us, they can have some of those considerations. All right, so let's say here is the main street, okay? So that's page 1, just for you to have an idea. And on the back, here for the north hemisphere, gonna be agroforestry this way, agroforestry that way, and also depending on the location of the roads, right? Because some roads are not really straight, of course. So we have, I thought we can build communities with about 240 families, you know, 240 apartments. I think that's sustainable. With 10 people in each, more or less, right, for now, because we are going to adopt many people for now. And then here in the north, I thought we can have a park, maybe a little beside each other, in front of each other, just for you to have an idea. The university, the city office, okay? And so the new land we'll have here, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 residential communities. Everyone gonna have their own gate, okay? Everyone gonna have their own gate. And here in the middle, maybe we can have the adult education and the school, or we can have maybe the university to come down a little bit and be together in the preschool, so we have the 4 educational sites. That's one idea. But we have to remember, the preschools need to be really close to each residential community for parents to drop them off and pick them up in a very easy and sustainable way, so they won't be spending too much time, okay? So that's important. And then we have the other things to be added, such as the clinic that people need to go twice a year for their regular checkup, because everyone's going to be healthy. And by the way, our clinic's going to be small, it's small just for regular checkups, and with the part for male, the part for female, right? Exams, and they're gonna do basically everything. People don't need more like primary doctors. They can already do their blood exam, their urine tests, right? Basic thing, because everyone's going to be really healthy. We don't need to go to this doctor, go to that doctor, go to this, go to that. We don't need that, okay? All right. So pediatrician, yes, we need, and primary doctors can be, I think, up to 14 years old, right? And after that, the girls, and the boys go to their own doctor with their parents, okay? Male and female. Okay, so here we have some office, community plaza, so that's one idea, okay? And then for every new land, gonna have a huge entrance. I just made more like that, but gonna be like for people, for trucks, right? Because they are coming closer, right? They're going inside and gonna drop off their items, right? So they're going close. They're gonna drive here, trucks, and then they go away. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. So they're gonna be really beautiful, really nice, really big. And right here, we can have the bus stop. For all these people, for everyone, I think that's sustainable. We can even make 2 bus stops. If they're really far from each other, we can make one each side of the main entrance. And then we have also, because people are gonna be able to get to go to state national parks on their vacation days, holiday days, but during the whole week they're gonna stay right there because they're gonna have everything at their new lands. Okay, all right. So now we have the page, the page number 2. The page number 2, it's I'm giving some other examples. So if we have the park here, all the educational sites here, we have the commercial plaza here, agroforestry a little bit going more towards the north and sideways here on the west side. So this is just another idea, okay? For example, the preschool can be this way and maybe the entrance here, okay? And for example, if the main street is over here, and every new land is going to have only one main entrance. So we are not going to have 2 bus stops, like I said before. People can line up on Saturday and Sunday, and buses can come every hour. I think that's sustainable, right? And holidays every hour, so people will already know, not too many, not too little. Okay, so the apartment size, I'm going to give you some example afterwards, but I think it's very good, like the ones that I showed you before about Harbor Cay, where I lived for many years. I think that's a good idea. So we are going to, because in the future people are going to have only 2 children, right? And even that they have their parents are going to be 6, and now we are going to have 14. It's a huge difference, but people can sleep in their living rooms for now. All right, so, and at least 2 bathrooms. We really need at least 2 bathrooms, because that will be sustainable for afterwards. And for now, when it's possible, we already make 1 more. If it's not possible, 2 should work, because everyone's going to be really organized, and parents can get up some children, right? For example, for the whole month. Some, like the teens, can get up first and then all the children. So they already use the bathroom from 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, and then the children going to use the bathroom from 5 to 5:40 or so, because 6 o'clock, right? That's the idea. they already 6:20, sorry, because they already can go to school. Okay, so basic is that the new lands, all residential communities will have preschools, adult education, and their own residential community property. I mean, not the inside, but the outside, okay? Because for inspections and things like that, we are not going to have preschool inside, okay? We're going to have outside. People actually need to leave their residential community to go to those preschools and adult education. All registration, all families in all countries will be done online and on paper the first 2 weeks after the organization launching day and yearly until 2040. After that, we will do it only online. If any new land has a point to it, don't add it to the land deed. Make it a rectangle or a square. What I want to say, if a land is not really straight, that's what I want to say. Okay, so if it's like that or like that, you're not going to use this part or this part. That's what I want to say. You're going to keep all our lands going to be square or rectangle and really shaped up the best as possible with the south-north line, okay, or east and west for each property. So if need, you cut how many pieces needed. Like I did here, you see, I cut a little bit here more, and then try to talk to whichever person owns this little side. So you're gonna have a rectangle, all right? That's important. Okay, so here's the page number 4. So volunteer work. We will share, we will do things together, right? And here it's a basic information. So for the country president, university teachers, and state governors and landowners and volunteers from nearby cities. So what that means? Everyone gonna work together to have those families coming in. I already have the other video telling that we are not bringing children and elders first, as I thought before. We are exactly doing the opposite. We are bringing very healthy, strong, and young adults first, because their immune system is stronger, and for them to go from one place to another, from one country to another, for them to have an easy transition, right? Because they can handle that. And maybe young children and pregnant women and elders will stay preparing themselves first, and then they will go to the new lands. All right, so here say, for example, the president, right, the immigration department of each country gonna authorize, for example, 5,000 people at a time or 5,000 families at a time. All right, give them citizenship, okay? So some people already get the plane and go to their new country, and some people are preparing themselves. And then come the university teachers to make all the engineer plant. They're also going to be the headquarters, assistant teams, like I told you about, in this other video. State governors and landowners, they're the ones going to donate. So volunteers going to be contacting all these people to make things happen, okay? And they're going to be contacting, and make sure all the documentation for everyone, it's accurate, it's right, it's done a proper way with everyone, including the land. Okay, so here, let's say the state governor has a lot of land. They're going to give the land. Is this land good? Let's check the documentation, make sure. Or it's private owners. Let's check the deed, make sure it's on the name of the organization. And until the organization launching day, we're going to use my name, Goiana Ferreira, because that's the only way we can do it. Okay? All right, so those volunteers are the ones that are going to be checking all that. Goiana Ferreira, and make the deed, have it ready, send me an email for me to already know where we are having those lands available, or buildings available, houses available, and so on. Or the whole residential community available. Okay. They will also can live there, right? They can live on those properties. Okay, all right, thank you. So, for volunteers that will be contacting the immigration department of each country, right? They have two options. If they are university teachers, masters and PhD, they are already gonna ask to be immigration officers, for example. Or they are asking, everyone gonna see which area they're going to help. But that's one of the areas they can help. Okay? So they're going to ask, be there an officer. They can also go, because some countries like United States, we have whole communities, hundreds of families, my friends, without citizenship. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna make sure they receive their letter, that they have to learn English, that they have to join this program. Okay, so they're gonna be working with that, and then they are going to make sure the land they got and the paperwork the immigration department is giving is good, that everyone, also the families that are applying, if they're doing everything correct, if they need help with anything, fill up things online, because some people, they don't know how to use the computer. Okay, then we have the fingerprint, right? It's very important. I'm going to show you on the documents. I'm going to show you how we are going to do, so everyone will be doing exactly the same, the fingerprint. So, for fingerprint, for people that are traveling with or without citizenship to their own country or to another country, they are going to do before and after. You see here? They have to do twice for us to make sure. Even babies, everyone. And as soon as available, we are going to have our unremovable bracelets for everyone. Children, teens, up to 15 years old or so, right? As soon as get too tight, they change for a new one. They just go to the clinic. For everyone else, their bones already form on their hand. They can't slide out. So gonna be a little more loose, and they cannot take it out. Okay? All right. So the other thing, like for example, if a country already give authorization for 20,000 people, 20,000 families, all right. So the volunteers that sign up, the ones that are invited by the organization, what they're gonna do? They are going to make sure we already have which lands we have, where these people are going, okay? Because what happens is, while people, gonna be leaving their country, other people from Africa or, from South America, from Asia can go to those countries, okay? All right, because everyone that smokes, drink alcoholic drinks, use drugs, are depressed, have health health problems like big, severe, or even moderate, right? Health problems. They're going to move. They have to move somewhere. Okay, they're not staying in their own homes. So many residential communities going to be empty and can already start receiving immigrants or people from their own country. Okay, all right. People with good backgrounds, positive activities, they can choose, and we are going to do the best we can for them to have what they're looking for. For those that have bad activities, we are already going to tell them where they are needed or where they are going to. Okay? And people that is still in jail, they are going to semi-arid and arid areas, because it is easier for the organization to monitor them, And also for them to work more. They have to work, plant more, right? More trees, and be in more contact with nature, and take more sun and all these things. Okay? All right. So for the travel by airplane, everyone gonna travel by airplane only. By boat only if they are indigenous tribes, for example, Brazil and in other places as well, to get a little, just to get out of the forest, of course. Okay, after that, they go to the airport right away, or they're going to stay in cities waiting, preparing themselves, right? Physically or, and as I already told in the other video, get in contact with other people slowly, learn some English and so on, and then they can go soon after. Okay, so boat will be used only on those conditions. Now, all housing and business of all types will have tiny mini cameras everywhere. The best as possible before people already arrive. Okay, for the buildings that are ready, apartment, houses, already set them up, organize everything the best you can. And for remodeling, so people are going to remodel, take the old electric cords and install the solar panels and the fans and the AC, right, and heater. The best as possible, one building at a time, depends how big they are, 2 or 4 at a time, get it done. 2 or 4 at a time, get it done. Before they arrive, the best as possible. And of course, for new lands, everyone gonna be helping people on residents, right, that will be arriving earlier, like the young adults, as I said, until 50 years old or so. I think that's a good range, from 20 to 50 years old. They go ahead because they are stronger, as I said, and they are going to have their training, of course, everything, some basics in English, and already start their construction, prepare the soil and everything else. Okay, so for property walls will be 2 meters high and 10 centimeters thick. I think that's reasonable, very strong, very durable for centuries and millenniums. And then there are going to be concrete panels. You know those that slide? That a few here in my county, they use those, and some other places as well. No taller walls. Even in cities, that's very dangerous and this and that. We're not going to have taller walls. They're going to be cut, or just place the new ones, whichever they think is better, or take those out, because some are panels, like here 95 in Florida, we have huge tall walls that are not needed. I guess they are 4 or 5 meters tall, so they're not needed. So people can take them out and cut them on the floor, or cut them right there, with people proper masks. I think that will be more sustainable. Those lift stations, right, that hold 1 or 2 people, and they are going to cut those walls, and every wall gonna be up to 2. On places that's still very dangerous, like some very big cities, some areas of very big cities, okay, put the electric fence on the top of those 2 walls, okay? And cameras, lots of cameras. If people are not cooperating, okay, electric chair for them, because we have no time for people that are not cooperating. So we're gonna focus on people that are cooperating, and everyone needs to cooperate. That's it. We have to, because that's the only way for us to evolve spiritually, and also for us to have a better humanity. So all buildings will be in real bricks and not in drywall. So we're gonna fill them up, right, with concrete. Before we fill them up, we're gonna take out the insulation that many places have them. Like if it's fiberglass, but if it's hard insulation, such as some type of drywall, then we'll be okay. Any detail gonna be said afterwards. So all property walls will have cameras. all light bulbs and locator bracelets, watches, gonna be like little watches. Gonna have little cameras, little microphones, and we are done. And afterwards we are going to say how long we are going to use them. If it's up to 2010, up to 2040, I think up to 2040 will be reasonable, but we are going to give an answer on that afterwards. So here is page 5. The ones that will stay at their own state, moving to a state or to another country. So preparation weeks for everyone. So everyone gonna run, jog if they can't, and then they walk or walk fast. Very healthy food, so everyone gonna have probiotics for them to be ready to move. Vitamins, chlorella, spirulina for people with fair skin, and colorful organic salads for everyone. 10 to 20 items. Very colorful. A bowl, a little bit of each, herbs and everything. This way we're preparing people, and lots of vitamins for people that are coming from the north. Even vitamin D in capsules is fine. What we have to do now is to get everyone ready in one way or another so they can go as soon as possible to their own new house or new apartment. So people have to study every day 1 hour to learn English, and the location for the preparation weeks will be at own area for 2 days or so. This I had an idea that they can go to a hotel or this village, and things I said in other videos. And each family, they are going where they deserve the most, right? And according to the peace points, that's what we're saying, peace points. Okay? All right. So the moving families are from refugee camps, people without water at all, or people without clean water. We are going to find a way, because some places they have water, but the water is dirty because of animals, bad sanitation. So we are going to figure out where they can stay for a while, for us to remodel, rebuild, organize communities instead of people living alone in rural areas, far away from each other. We're not going to have anyone living far away from each other. It's good to have, the children come from school, vacation days, have friends to play, right? And in the same way for teens, for adults, to also talk to other people is important. So from cold areas, nomads, gypsies, indigenous people, and so on. Okay? All right. Then we have the peace points. I thought for the last 5 years for everyone, okay? And for families, parents, and also for